Today, we're sharing with you our top 5 struggles after being retired for 2 years.
And candidly, this is pretty off the cuff.
Yep. So we're here just giving it to you raw. Now, look, when we first retired 2 years ago, it was definitely a transition. And it's been evolving. And you know what? We found out after 2 years, it's going to keep evolving.
And we're checking in on our progress in different areas, and with progress comes struggles. So we wanted to share some of that with you today because early on in retirement, we kind of hit the big three pretty fast.
The loss of identity. So when we left our careers after, for me, 38 years, I had an identity I worked on for 38 years. And I had to create a new one. And 2 years later, we've both done it. I completely have unassociated myself with the old me, and now I have the new me. And you like the new me, right?
I love the new you.
What about you?
And for me, everything I did was part of my work life. My kids were part of my work life. My work life was part of my family life. I really blended the two. So I really did have one identity. I never really felt like I lost that. I lost half of all of me, which may be even a little bit harder.
But the second thing that happens when you retire is you lose this huge community.
And we are gluttons for punishment in this area.
We lost our work family, and there were thousands of relationships that we had. And it's a painful process. But here we are 2 years later, and we got through that too.
Well,
and the third one.
No, in the second one, in the loss of community outside of the work community, you have the community you live in.
That's true.
And we've chosen to move 2 or 3 times in the past 3 years.
Yeah,
flip-flopping communities.
Yeah, so we lost a community, and you always have to make new ones. So that's a continuous journey for us.
Right. And then the third one is all this free time that comes your way. I mean, it's abundant. It's a lot of it. We talk a lot on our YouTube channel about time affluence, and it's a tough one. What to do with all that free time?
But we got through those 3. It was hard.
We're still getting through them.
We are. It was hard, though. It took discipline. It took effort. And I think we would agree that what really has saved us during this 2 years is really our habits and routines.
But it's really adding in good ones.
New healthy ones.
And sticking to them so that the habit really does become
and
a
habit
routine.
stacking. And we should put the link to, I think we did one on habits and routines, but that's been critical to keep us going.
And then it's also been eliminating some bad habits.
That's right.
And, both of us had them. We have different ones.
I still have some. I struggle with that. I need to keep working on that. But you don't have to point the finger. I can see you.
I didn't point a finger.
Yes, you did. So
leave a thumbs up if you think I pointed a finger.
Let's talk about, and these are not in any order, but one of the things we struggle with.
Still struggle with,
and maybe we always will, is downtime. Now, there is good downtime and bad downtime. Bad downtime to me is when I wake up, I'm not sure what I'm going to do today because I don't have a plan. So I get out of bed and I wander a little bit. My mind wanders,
you
my
actually
body
walk in
wanders.
circles.
I do. walk around the bed. But that's bad for me. That's when I don't really, the night before or first thing in the morning, plan my day.
And really for me, bad downtime is excessive and continuous downtime. Kind of like those 3 consecutive rainy days or, just something where it's like there's nothing to do or nothing I can do, which, I'm a terrible sick person. And to me, that's downtime. Although flipping the coin a little bit.
Yeah, I love this, what you said this morning.
The other thing about downtime is there's also good downtime. And I've actually come to appreciate that in retirement. As a working mom with very active kids and a very big job, I never had downtime. I never took time for self-care.
Right.
For the ability for me to clean my brain, rest my body, rehabilitate my muscles. So I do think there is good downtime.
There is. This morning you said that you had a rough night's sleep last night.
Yes, I did.
Yep. I don't know what kept you up.
You don't?
No. Maybe it was The dog?
Nope.
My snoring?
Yep.
Okay, so you had a bad night's sleep.
Bad.
But you woke up this morning, actually got up at 4 because our daughter was with us and she was driving back down to Philadelphia this morning. So she got up at 4, so we got up at 4. We didn't go back to bed. You decided to cancel yoga.
I did.
And then we
I
had an
never do.
extended coffee time today that was really great time
Yeah.
together. That's how we came up with this idea.
A little recovery time.
To talk about this.
Yep.
The second thing is community. So we talked about that as one of the big three. But we continue to struggle with this, and we were laughing this morning because maybe it's because we've moved 3 times in the past 2
Right.
years, right? And we're starting over again, moving down to Florida for the winter. You know, we have friends there, but we look for certain type of friends. You know, we look for what we call growth friends. We don't want to just hang, but we're also talking about maybe doing pickleball, maybe taking up golf again,
Right.
to meet people that way.
Finding some new friends and new communities, which is exciting, but also getting rooted somewhere. And, you know, we're still searching, but honestly, this business helps because we get to connect with
It
a lot
does.
of people.
Yeah, and this really is a little bit of the core of our community. I mean, we have great personal friends in our old community, in this one. We have some that we're looking forward to seeing again down in Florida that we met last year. But this business for us, to be able to engage with you guys, people who also want to live a retirement transform,
And people who are also searching, right?
it's so powerful for us because we learn from you guys as well.
Long life learners.
Yeah, long life learning.
Yep, absolutely. And the third one is vision. You know, we struggle with vision even though we teach it, we preach it, we chart it, we roadmap it for you, we have a process for it. And really for us, because this time of our life is uncharted territory, we try a lot of new things, almost sometimes too many new things.
I think you're right. And that's, again, when we talked about this morning, you know, if you asked us about our 5 pillars, physical wellness, mental, relationships, our relationship, and wisdom sharing, we have really clear visions on those that are pretty set. I mean, they're changing and evolving. But for us, it's the big picture.
Yeah, the
It's
long-term lifestyle is a bit of a moving target for us. We haven't really been able to visualize one thing. We've been visualizing bits of a lot of things.
We have friends who are retired who say, I'm going to spend 6 months in Florida. I'm going to do these 3 things. I'm going to be up in New England in the summer. I'm going to do these 3 things, and that's it. And that's fine if that's how you
awesome.
want to live. But, you know, there's no reason in the world that we can't wake up a year from now and decide to sell the house in Florida, get a bigger boat, and then travel around the United States on our boat.
Wait, what?
Who knows?
No, we
Yeah.
talked about selling the house in Florida and getting me a beach house.
Oh, I see. But that's the thing.
Wait,
that's
we
the
did
thing.
talk about
Fine,
that.
we'll do the beach house. But here's the thing. We're not tied to anything. So how can that be a struggle? It's not really a struggle.
Right.
It's probably not a good word, but it is a moving target.
Yeah.
And we make light of it. We make fun with it. But the other thing is this.
We also make decisions.
While we are still at this age
Right.
and of this physical ability, this is when we're going to try all this stuff.
Right.
You can't buy a boat at 92 years old and decide you're going to start boating. It's
We
kind of
can.
hard. Well, you need a captain.
That's right.
But we're trying to do all the active, fun things while we still
Right.
can. So
let's
while
move to the
it's-
fourth one.
Which is the fourth one?
The fourth one is kind of faith or spirit.
Kind of faith?
Well, so for me, it's kind of faith and spirituality because I'm not really clear on what I'm searching for.
Right.
But we both lost both sets of our parents, and you know, we've got friends that we've lost and friends with illness, and you know, it starts to make you think at this stage of the game, you know, what do I believe in? Where are my cores? What's my true north? And we don't really have any current formal religion, so that's why I threw the spirituality in.
So faith seems to be something that as people get older, they start to think about it again. Now, when I was growing up, and I think you had the same thing, my parents took me to Sunday school and then church and Boy Scouts. I got the God and Country Award. I was active in church. I was in a choir, if you can believe that. It was a big part of my life growing up. And when I had children, I did the same thing. But we haven't been involved in formal religion in at least 10 years.
Yeah.
But now we're thinking, do we need to be back in formal or?
So that's why I
Yeah.
go to a spiritual learning of some sort.
Right.
You know, we've done work in third world countries, we've done some touching upon spirituality.
Yeah.
I certainly, in my yoga and meditation practice, touch on core spirituality.
Right.
But there's a lot to learn and a lot of reading. And I think right now we're just asking a lot of questions in this area.
Right.
So it's an area we struggle with because we're just
And maybe you
trying
are
to
too.
set out feelers.
We
yeah.
wanted to share that. We wanted to share all
And
of
it's
these.
personal.
Because maybe you guys are struggling in some of these areas too. Particularly the last one. What's the last one is our relationship.
See how he
We're
almost asked me to start and then he got scared?
Yeah. So we're not really struggling with our relationship because we're good.
But we do struggle.
But we struggle because we work at it.
Right.
We do not allow me to go in the cave anymore. I'm not allowed to have a little sad moment and go in the cave and hide because Jody said something that got me upset. So we're both working hard on it. It's evolving, it's growing, we're learning.
Right. So you're working hard on communication. I'm working hard on responding and not reacting. We're still reading. We still touch base with Gary Chapman's The 5 Love Languages. But the fact of the matter is we spend a lot of time together. A lot of time.
Yeah, was it so let me
A lot of time.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Did I say a lot?
So did
We spend a shit ton of time together. And sometimes you just need a little distraction
Yeah.
in order for us to have a rhythm.
Right.
And that's how I describe it.
That's good. I like that. You know, when we were in our careers and we still had kids at home, there were distractions.
Right.
Work, children, cooking dinner. But now, like you said, we are together all day long and all night and doing this business.
And
So-
we're still searching for that rhythm. And what we thought would be important was for you to know that after 2 years and working on this business hard, which
Yeah.
is working on retirement,
Yeah.
we still struggle.
Yeah. We're not stagnant. We're making changes. We're making things happen. We're planning our day every single day. And we don't expect you to do everything that we're doing, but we do want you to listen to what we're doing and take what works for you. We want you to follow us on YouTube. Watch all of our shows that come out every single week. Watch our videos. Join our Facebook community. I mean, that's been a lot of fun for the people that are in there.
And make sure you join our email list so you get updates on challenges and events and new programs and special offers that we have.
Yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you did, please share it with your friends. And please subscribe by clicking the subscribe button.
And finally, make sure to join our free Facebook community. The link is in the notes below.
Thanks for listening, and we look forward to being with you again soon.